I'm Richard.
I'm Doug.
And I'm Jason.
And we're the Card Game Guys, the internet's premier source for DC deck building and game content. Tonight we're going to be playing a normal game facing off against Vandal Savage. I'll be going first, and I'll be playing Captain Boomerang and Power Girl. It wasn't too hard of a choice for me for superheroes this time around. I did have a choice of two elites of Cheetah and Shazam, but I played Cheetah not too long ago, and I'm not a big fan of Shazam, unlike a lot of the rest of the group here. And then I had the three playables with Raven, Robin, and Power Girl, and it seemed like Power Girl was most synergistic with Captain Boomerang. So that's kind of where I'm looking at here, is I actually get something that'll interact. I get a lot of recursion. Hopefully in the early to mid game I'll be getting 2 punches back every turn, which is can be a big deal. Hoping for some extra power. Doug, how about you? Why don't you explain your choice of Alan Scott, Blue Beetle, and Skitter?
So with these three, Skitter is kind of just a bonus at the end of it. But when we were picking our heroes, we knew we had Vandal Savage as our villain, and he is an ongoing card that you control. So I'll be shooting for him early, hopefully, to help trigger Blue Beetle more often. And if I do get a ongoing card of some sort, all I really need to hope for is a superpower on most turns and having that control card to get to 7 controlled cards to get that draw card. So that was my thought process there. And then, of course, there's going to be random draw cards throughout the draw. But my choices were a little more interesting. I didn't have any elites to pick from. Other things I considered were Black Manta and either Skitter or Blue Beetle. With Blue Beetle, I was going to go for those draw cards and try to just cycle through really quickly to trigger those. Or with Skitter, you can really set up Skitter with Black Manta by stacking the bottom of your deck, so you're going to have a hand where you're having 4 different cards that will trigger Skitter. So that was the thought process there. Booster Gold's just good in general, but especially with our group, the defenses don't seem to hang around, and everyone kind of targets them, so you're competing with everybody for them, which isn't too bad in a 3-person game, but didn't want to really worry about that too much.
And he also has 0 synergy with anything that you've got.
Correct. There's no actual synergy. It's anywhere. And then my other one was Red Robin, which doesn't have too much synergy other than I get to put a card back in my hand, which could trigger Skitter or Blue Beetle. But that's kind of a more roundabout way to get there. Plus, it's a 2. I'm always leery about you need 2 of something to trigger.
Yeah, you need 2 heroes and an equipment in your discard pile to do anything. Yeah, right. It's kind of hard.
And the Martian Manhunter last time around has left me a little sour on the 2 trigger for a little bit anyway. I'm sure I'll get back on that horse. But so Booster and Robin were out, so it was really some sort of combination between these 4, and I ended up going for the 3 just to see kind of what happens. So,
all right. And Jason, what led you to your choice?
Well, first of all, I had 2 playable, 2 good, 1 very strong, and 1 elite. So, of course, playable being on the low end of the spectrum as far as power goes. I'm looking at 2 good here. So, Green Arrow, he's going to be buying villains because of his ability. So he can pair up with Wonder Girl and Starfire, and there isn't any synergy there. Conversely, Night Owl...
Well, I mean, to be fair, if you're trying to take advantage of both Green Arrow and Wonder Girl, you're using multiple types. So there is some synergy with trying to get both of them. You're hard to trigger it, but
it's hard.
Yeah, Stargirl fits in well if you're trying to do both of them.
I don't know about you guys, but when I play Green Arrow, I really go after those villains.
Right.
Anything else would be like, well, there are no villains. I think I'll buy an equipment. Mm-hmm. And then of course Starfire does reward diversity, but I really feel like that's not going to come into play at all.
Yeah, it's not a good team, but there's more than zero synergy.
So I ruled that out immediately. Then, of course, Night Owl, Wonder Girl does have synergy there with the equipment, and then Starfire would just be a tack on, just because. So I was looking at that. I have the Comedian, which I like that play style. You're going for attack cards because they're one cheaper, and then when you play a villain for the first time, you draw a card. I like that. So then, I would get either Wonder Girl or Starfire. I went with Starfire and the Comedian, and I threw Starfire on there just because diversity, just in whatever might happen, not because I'm going to actively.
You're going to run into turns where there aren't there aren't villains in the lineup,
right?
And you're going to be buying other cards.
So in that regard, it's a diverse strategy. Not that I really expect to trigger this that often. Of course, then I had Beast Boy to choose from, and I sat and looked at that for a while, and I can see where it would be good, but I feel like it's not going to be as effective as the Comedian.
Sure. It doesn't fit with your play style as well, as I think what you're trying to say.
Yeah, pretty much.
You like to play aggressive and going for consistency rather than
I feel
combos.
Like Beast Boy is really reliant on, I need to get that Mystic Bolt card or, some good defense to recycle or whatever it might be. If those cards don't come out, whereas with the Comedian, there's a lot of crummy little cheap villains that have a weak attack tacked onto them. I can scoop those up relatively quickly and disrupt you guys with them.
And you can definitely play a aggressive Beast Boy, but you're targeting villains in that case anyway, and Comedian will just do that better, I think.
If you're trying to do what you would want to do with Beast Boy, you're probably better off with the Comedian.
Because if you get, Scarecrow or something like that where you can cycle and go from there. But
I, too, am a big fan of the Comedian, so I can't really argue with your decision there. All right, and we're going to start here. I am not looking so hot right now. I have 2 punches and an expensive lineup. Go ahead, Doug.
All right, I've got 3 punches, and I'm going to go for the draw card that's out there.
Well, I have 3 punches, and now no villains and no attacks. So I'm buying a kick.
All right, so I'm going to trigger my Captain Boomerang to put a punch into my hand. I am going to play my 6 punches. I'll take the Atom, and I'm going to be thematic and take Power Girl.
So I don't really want anything that's 4, at least to the get-go here.
So essentially, Doug went first because you had 2 power.
Yes.
Essentially, yes. I was hoping that Atom would stick around, but it unfortunately didn't because I can't.
Because I'm Captain Boomerang.
Yeah.
That's literally why. If I wasn't Captain Boomerang, it'd still be there.
And Metal Mace. Deck is a hero. Don't have any heroes to start with. I think for now, a kick is going to be better than the mace for me. So I'll buy a kick.
You had 4 power.
I did. Which is why I was hoping that Adam would stick around.
Well, I have 4 power. Well, since I want villains, Green Arrow's bow will let me buy super villains cheaper. Cape in the Call, though, has a really good defense. I think I'm just going to go with my theme here.
All right, so I got Power Girl for 3. And a pair of punches makes 5.
And it is a different card type for my Starfire.
True. I'm surprised there's this much debate.
Oh, they're all good options. See, the
Yeah.
Bat Signal lets me try to recur Power Girl an extra time. Scarecrow is Scarecrow, dishing out
Yep.
weaknesses. And the Indigo Tribe Ring.
Is a ring.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
or this early in the game, it's
True.
not the greatest ring, is the problem. I actually think I am going to be going with Scarecrow because as Captain Boomerang, I really don't like weaknesses.
All right. Well, that's something I don't want to see, but we got kick for Alan Scott, so I do get to draw it. So 2, 4.
Triple vulnerability hand. Well, it wasn't until you drew, but yeah.
Right. I will buy another kick.
All right, what's Jason gonna do?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can buy Vandal Savage.
You can.
I think I'm just gonna go for it.
Darn it.
Let's see Parallax. Harvest. Each player puts a hero they control or in their hand into the lineup.
I have none.
I don't
I
have
too
any
have
heroes
none.
in my deck.
Yes, well, you still have to show us your hand, Doug.
Yes.
Okay. And that was Jason. So I will Captain Boomerang a punch into my hand. And there's 4. I will take the cape and cowl.
Okay. Lead with Black Lantern Aquaman. So attack, each foe puts 2 cards, cost 0 from their discard pile on the bottom of their deck, and I draw a card.
I have no discard pile.
And I've got 5 with 5 punches, and Batman's just too good to pass up, I think.
Dark Knight.
Or,
Yes.
yes. So that is me.
I gotta read that. It's not the dead man I know. +2 power, name a non-starter card type and reveal the top card of your deck. If it's the name type, an additional +2 power. I have 3. I think I'm going to buy an equipment so Doug doesn't just get it for free.
That's one way to look at it.
Nth Metal Mace. 2 power. Choose a player and he reveals the top card of his deck. If it's a hero, that player draws it. Otherwise, he may discard it. That will help me cycle.
All right. So 3 from Power Girl, 2 from the Cape and Cowl, and 2 more from 2 punches is 7. So I will take Supergirl and a kick.
All right. We'll lead with Black Lantern Aquaman again.
I have no discard pile.
So it just hits Richard. And then I get that Dark Knight. So I get a signal and a ring. No Catwoman, though. So I'm at 2, 3, 4, 5. And I need some superpowers, so we're going to go with the kick.
Oh, 4. Not enough to buy Avatar. Guess I'm gonna take Dead Man.
I'm going to Captain Boomerang a punch into my hand, play 3 punches, and not have anything else that gives power. So Doug might get a shot at that Black Lantern Green Arrow.
Yep. It's not the right cost, though. Kick. Alan Scott reveals a punch, so I will put that in my hand. I'll play another kick for 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we're going with Avatar or not.
I hate you so much.
I know, right?
Got a 4-cost attack here. Mystic Control. +2 power, attack. Look at the top card of each foe's deck. You may discard any number of them. Well, I know what I'm doing. Nth Metal Mace.
Chlorokinesis by another name.
Choose a player and he reveals the top card.
Well, it's actually a little bit different because you look at it rather than a reveal.
Choose a player and he reveals the top card of his deck. If it's a hero,
You can
that
pick
player
me.
draws it. Otherwise, he may discard it. I will choose me. I will not discard it. 2, 3, 4. That's 3. There's no 1 cost.
All right, I'll Captain Boomerang a punch into my hand. And then Scarecrow, attack. Each foe gains a weakness.
I get it.
I will no, I guess not.
All right, and then 5 punches gives me 7. It's just too hard to pass up tactile telekinesis when I already want superpowers.
All right. Kick. Scott reveals a punch, so I'll put that in my hand. Indigo Tribe to copy the power on the kick. And 3 punches gets me through 7. And I'm at 6 cards control. All right, so at 7. Constantine gets me another draw card effect, plus a destroy effect, which would be handy for getting rid of these weaknesses. He's not a superpower, though, like Mr. Control is, and I can pick up Mr. Control and a kick. I think I'm going to go with Constantine.
Okay. Lay down that Vandal Savage action, drawing a card.
Now you're drawing a card because, of course, you're the comedian, and the first time you place a villain, that you draw a card.
You know what? You know what would be really awesome? To be the comedian and the Joker.
Yes.
That'd be pretty sweet.
There's a reason that it's set up in our system that you can't do that.
I'm just saying.
It's really strong.
I'm not even talking about their abilities. I'm saying the comedian and the Joker, Richard.
Okay. They do both interact with villains, though, was more my point.
That wasn't my point.
Yes.
The comedian and the Joker.
I get what you're saying. It's just not funny, which is appropriate given the content.
Well, there you go. All right. The old dead man. Name a non-starter card type and reveal the top card of your deck. If it's the name, type, an additional +2 power. I'm going to say villain.
It's a starter. You lost before you even tried.
So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's -2. 1 power short from buying an attack also. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, I'm just going to go with Harvest. Oh, wait a minute. You control 4 different card types. You may destroy a card you control. I do control 4 different card types. So I will destroy this punch.
Yay. All right, let's see who we got. It is perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. It's Parallax. Because I have a handful of nothing.
Wait a minute. We got an attack here, bud.
That's what I'm resolving. I just got hit by Parallax.
I thought you were taking your turn.
Because I wasn't going to be able to buy anything anyway. And my hand is literally no worse for having discarded all of these cards.
2 or less or 3 or less?
2 or
Parallax?
less,
His
yes.
hand discards all
Okay.
cards with cost.
I lose a punch, which is more annoying than it seems.
Sure.
Or less.
Here I was getting upset because I was going to have to play Tactile Telekinesis with no punch in my discard pile. Because that's Power Girl. And I wouldn't be able to get anything back with Captain Boomerang. But I can't effectively do both now. It's kind of sad.
I only lost 1 power.
I lost less than that. All right, so now it's my turn. At the start of my turn, I'm going to put a vulnerability into my hand. Then I will play Tactile Telekinesis to get a punch from Power Girl. And then I will play both of them and have 1 power, which is exactly what I would have had anyway. Go.
All right. I will lead with the Bat Signal to put Constantine in my hand. I will play Constantine, revealing the top 2 to punch and Aquaman and destroying the punch. I will play Aquaman of the Black Lantern variety. Okay. Putting me at a whole 1 power
on the bottom of my deck.
and 1 3-cost thing. I will play a kick, putting me at 2 3-cost things, putting me at 3 power. That
don't get
is
to draw that
not
one.
a 0-cost card. So 3 power. I will Dark Knight, putting me at 5 power. Oh,
Wrong one.
Wrong one.
You'd rather have the Cloak of Raven anyway, given like how your deck is going.
4 5. Avatar Rot to 8.
Jason, are you defending?
No.
Well, I am. Boom. Take that, Doug. Thanks for having to reveal your hand. Good work,
Yep.
Parallax. I knew which attack to defend.
9.
And then you draw a
I get
card.
to draw a
Yep.
card. 10 11.
Doug
Because I have to Doug it. Okay. So I will take Mystic Control, putting me at 7. And might as well go for it because I do have the bat signal at some points. So,
Yeah.
and that is me.
Now we're seeing some villains for you, Jason. We're up to 2 in the lineup now.
Gonna play Black Lantern Green Arrow. Attack. Each foe destroys a starter in their hand. If they cannot, they destroy the top card of their deck.
I'm not defending. Are you defending, Doug?
I don't know yet. Because I don't know what's in my hand.
Why not?
Because I had to shuffle.
Shuffle faster.
All right. I'm not defending.
All right, I will destroy a punch.
I will destroy vulnerability.
Drawing a card. Choosing me. I will discard it. 4, 5. 5 power. This costs 3.
There are no 2s.
He's got an attack.
He does not, because you do not control Cinder Block. So there is no attack on that. It's a contingent attack. It is a thing in the game. If there's contingent text, it counts as not having it.
Put a superpower from your discard pile into your hand. I guess I'll take the parasite.
How much did you have? 5 power?
5.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so at the start of my turn, I will Captain Boomerang a vulnerability into my hand. And I will play a kick, triggering Power Girl to put a punch into my hand. And then triggering Tactile Telekinesis. I will look at that and I will destroy that. I am at 2, 5, 9. So I'm definitely going to take Superboy. And I'm definitely going to take Insanity, and that doesn't leave me enough for anything else.
Why Insanity instead of Stargirl?
Because Insanity is a superpower, and I have a superpower-based hero and not enough superpowers. And
Okay.
I also have Tactile Telekinesis now, which makes superpowers even better for me.
All right. I'll lead with Constantine. Revealing kick and vulnerability, destroying the vulnerability. I'll play kick, revealing Indigo Tribe for Alan Scott. So I am at 2, 3, and a couple of duds. And with that, I'm going to go for a kick.
Jason.
6 power. So now I'm thinking here. Got some weaknesses here. I'm not... Okay, I got 3 weaknesses. I still got all my vulnerabilities. I don't have any way to destroy anything. Per Degaton would let me discard that junk should I have it in hand with him?
Yes, that is his role.
I wish I had just a couple more power. I could obviously buy another Black Lantern Green Arrow. Hopefully burning through all your guys' starters to have you accumulate weaknesses. I could also use a defense. That's kind of a hard choice for me.
Like it's more that there really aren't any bad choices for you.
Perdegaton is a villain, so he triggers off the comedian. Black Lantern costs 3. I have 6. Is there another 3? There is another 3. That's a villain. And it's also 2 victory points. So I think I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, it's not a bad play. All right. At the start of my turn, I'm going to Captain Boomerang a vulnerability into my hand. Then I will use the Atom to destroy that vulnerability and give me a punch. Then I will play Supergirl to put a kick into my hand. And I will play said kick, triggering Power Girl to put a punch into my hand, and then triggering Tactile Telekinesis. I will destroy that vulnerability. I am at 2, and then I will play Scarecrow, attack. Each foe gains a weakness.
Speaking of defenses,
All right, I'm at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'll take... Stargirl, Scream-a-Sticks, and the Batmobile.
so I'm thinking this game is looking pretty bad for me because I've accumulated quite a bit of weaknesses and no way to destroy cards.
Well, I'll lead off with Dark Knight, getting wings. Then I will kick, putting him at 4. It's a punch. I'll put it in my hand. Another kick, which doesn't help Skitter at all, but I'm at 6. 2 punches at 8. And Indigo Tribe for 12. So I will take Parallax.
Seymour. Each player puts a card with VP value 1 or greater from their hand on top of the main deck. Amazing.
Now, the order is important for this. So Doug beat Parallax, so Jason is going to be the first one to declare whether he's defending or not.
I'm not defending.
I am also not defending.
I, too, am not defending.
All right, so then Jason is the first one to put a card. He has to reveal it so we can verify that it is a 1 or more VP card.
Parasite.
All right. I'll be placing Batmobile on top.
Cloak of Raven.
All right, Jason, you're up.
Amazing. Plus Green Arrow's bow.
Oh, Seymour only costs you 8.
Hmm.
And you're at 3.
I shouldn't have done that. Dang it. I should have kept, well, if I'd kept Parasite, I would have been able to draw a card.
That is correct.
All right.
So kick or Kid Flash? It's kind of your options.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to lead with a Scarecrow. Puts me at 2, and 3 punches makes 5. I will be taking water control.
Grr.
Richard's accumulating all the
right.
defenses.
I will lead with Black Lantern Aquaman.
Actually, I'm going to
Did
put...
you?
Oh, sorry. I could do that.
And then I've got 4 power. And nope, I think I'm going to go Kid Flash.
Okay. Got to get those 7
They have to
cards.
be different
Oh,
names
sure.
for Skitter
Yeah.
too.
That makes sense.
Black Lantern Green Arrow. Destroy a starter in your hand. If you can't, destroy the top card of your deck.
I'm going to defend with the Cape and Cowl.
And I draw off the comedian.
I draw left.
Nth Metal Mace. Yeah, it's reveal. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will destroy this punch. And I will buy Seymour.
All right. Mongol. Each player discards a power ring or 2 random cards from his hand.
Ouch.
I will be defending with Stargirl.
I will not be defending.
Neither will I.
I'll go with this
Ooh.
one and that one.
Jason didn't get it too bad, at least.
Yeah, I was really hoping John would go and the signal would stay in my hand, but
All right, I'm going to lead with Power Girl and use that power to buy Batmobile. And I will play a Screamus. Oh, sorry, also at the start of my turn, I kept it. Oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter at all. So I missed that. It's fine. So I will use
Doesn't matter, so he's going to put it back.
I will use a Screamus to put the Batmobile into my hand. Then I will play Supergirl to put a kick into my hand, and I will play said kick, triggering Power Girl to put that punch into my hand, and triggering Tactile Telekinesis, and I will destroy that punch. And then I will play Superboy to get water control, which I will play, triggering Power Girl, but I'm all out of punches thanks to Doug's stupid Black Lantern Aquaman. Let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Take Mongol.
yowza.
Sinestro. Each player reviews his hand and destroys a card for each hero revealed this way. Discards a card. Reviews his hand and discards a card for each hero revealed this way.
Jumping out of order, but I am not defending.
Yeah. No, you're not out of order. You're the first person to
Oh,
defend.
you're right. He was reading it, so I was thinking.
I will not
right.
defend.
I will also not defend.
No heroes.
No heroes.
You have 2 cards in your hand?
Yeah.
Okay. I have 1 hero. I will discard a punch.
This round has been aggressive because I think I've faced 3 supervillains since the end of my last turn.
Sure.
So, yeah. All right. So, my turn. Mystic Control. Look top card of each foe's deck. You may choose to discard any number of them. You can discard that one. You can keep that one.
Oops, sorry. I was trying to show them.
So that's 2. Top card is a 0 cost. Avatar Rot. Puts me at 5.
I will defend with Insanity.
Punch gets me to 6. I'll take Inertia.
I'll have that. Although, to be fair, I only wanted it to stop you from getting it, so that's fine.
And of course, my harvest misses.
With.
So 2 power. Drawing a card. I got 3, 4, 5. At this point, I really think I need to buy that per Degaton in order to give some semblance of a chance of filtering crap out of my hand.
Sure. All right, at the start of my turn, I'll Captain Boomerang a vulnerability into my hand. And I'll play the Atom, destroying a vulnerability to get a punch. And I will play a Kick, triggering Power Girl to put a punch into my hand, and triggering Tactile Telekinesis. I will destroy that punch. I'm at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will take Cloak of Raven and the Legion Flight Ring.
All right. So I will lead.
The person who has Dark Knight gets first crack at Catwoman.
Kid Flash. To play Kick. Not a 0 cost.
Just a little more than that.
Just a little. All right. So I'm at 2. Another Kick is 4. Flight Rings is 6. Zeros. And I'm at 6, of course. 2, 4, 6 power as well. So I'll take that.
So many good choices. Is Dark Knight currently in your discard pile?
It is not.
Okay.
It is not. Let's see. I would really like an ongoing card to help Beetle. But Catwoman is interesting. Control, play it again. That doesn't increase my card control count for Magic Clone, but it is a superpower. We'll go with these two.
The other thing I would note about Magic Clone is if you did get it and Catwoman and the Dark Knight, you could use it to play Dark Knight twice and get that secondary effect twice.
Twice, yep.
So, Vandal Savage is saving me and giving me 3. Of course, there is Two-Face out there, but I would much rather buy Parasite.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to lead with a Kick to trigger Power Girl and get a 0, no punches back, and then trigger Tactile Telekinesis and destroy a punch. And then Power Girl is 5, 7, 9, 11. I'll take Sinestro. You're welcome, Doug.
Yep. That's okay.
No, I figured you were really happy to see Jump City make it to you. Because I was totally going to hate draft that.
Destroy all equipment in the lineup. Each player puts an equipment from their hand or discard pile into the lineup.
Ow.
Of which I have none.
All right. Doug, are you defending?
I'm not.
Jason?
Neither am I.
I am also not defending.
No equipment.
These get destroyed, though.
Yes.
So I'm the only
Not
one that had
revealing your
equipment.
hand.
Well, you don't have to reveal your hand unless you have no card to put in.
What did you put in?
Doug just put in Flight Wings. I'm the last one because I beat the supervillain.
Right, but you get hit by it.
Yes, and I'm not defending.
And he revealed that he didn't have one.
I missed that part. That was all.
Okay. I was wondering where the confusion was. I was like, but yes.
I was just waiting on Jason.
I was like,
All right.
why are you not revealing your hand or putting an equipment in the lineup?
Well, we will
I was thinking of the same thing of you.
lead with Dark Knight to get my wings and the ring back. Then we will...
I will point out that you did play Flight Wings on your last turn. You could have put Catwoman on top of your deck.
I could have, yeah. But
Just pointing that out since you did.
if
draw
I
into
had,
Dark
I
Knight.
would... Well, I would have drawn into Dark Knight.
Yes.
But, yeah, because
See?
Aquaman. But...
I'm just pointing out that you're bad at this game. That's all.
Oh, okay. Do you have any zeros?
Oh, I probably do. No, I don't. It's so awesome.
All right, so I'm at 2. 3. I will copy Dark Knight, putting me at 5. Parallax to 10. And I am at 6 yet again.
6.
He's at 6 cards. He
cards.
doesn't get to draw from Blue Beetle.
I'm at 10. And yeah, we'll take Mr. Freeze.
Brother Blood. Each player discards a hero. Each who cannot gains a weakness. Why not? Because, I'm only accumulating weaknesses this game.
What was that again? Sorry.
Each player discards a hero. Each who cannot gains a weakness.
Boo.
All right.
My turn.
Yes.
Indeed.
4. Miss Martian. If this is the first card you play this turn, set aside your hand, draw 5 cards, and at the end of your turn, put the aside cards on top of your deck. That will help me mitigate all the crap in my deck.
That's kind of what she's for.
Jump City. The first time you play a card will cost 1 or 2 during each of your turns. Draw a card. Well, I can't afford any of the rest of that stuff, so I'm taking Miss Martian.
All right. Start of my turn. Why not? I will Captain Boomerang a kick into my hand. I will lead with Supergirl to put a kick into my hand. And then I will play a kick, triggering Tactile Telekinesis. I will destroy that. And then I will play 3 more kicks, putting me at 8. And I will take Man of Steel.
Yep. Surprised it took that long.
I had to look at the supervillain first.
Yep. All right. So, kick. Alan Scott reveals a 0-cost card. Not that it's going to do anything for me. So 2, 4, 6. And I think I'm going to take a kick and Jump City.
Well, my Per Degaton buy is going to pay off this turn. I will play Per Degaton, discarding 3 weaknesses.
That's 5. That's pretty good.
Drawing a card off the Comedian. So I'm at 6. I will play Harvest to gain all heroes from the lineup and put 1 into my hand. Okay.
You're at 6.
5, 6. I will play Captain Atom to gain the Riddler.
It goes into your hand. Or you can put it in my hand. I'd rather have it.
You're right.
Put it in Doug's hand. That's fine too.
Yeah, he's an appropriate cost.
6, 7. I'll buy him for 5, 6, 7.
And then?
And Riddler gets you 1.
1.
And there's nothing for 1.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 3 different card types.
Yep.
All right.
What'd you have? Oh, okay.
He had already spent
Yep.
the 7. Yep.
No, I was making sure he was counting Savage for cards you controlled, but one of his other ones was also a villain. So.
2 of his other ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to lead. First, I'm going to Captain Boomerang a kick into my hand. And I'm going to play Mongol. And I will destroy a punch. Okay, then I will play Superboy to put a kick from my discard pile into my hand.
You had a kick in your discard pile?
I had 5 of them in my discard. 4 of them,
I
sorry.
don't know what I
put
was
one in my
thinking. I
hand.
could have bought the supervillain that turn, couldn't I?
If you'd have gone for power 5.
I just totally blew it.
Yeah, you probably, it looks like you could have. Then I will attack with Scarecrow. Each foe gains a weakness.
I'm pretty sure, yep.
I actually gained more VP that turn than buying the supervillain.
Okay, well, that's good.
Unless you're defending.
No.
To the best of my knowledge, he doesn't have any defenses. All right, I will play a kick to trigger Power Girl ineffectually and Tactile Telekinesis. I will not destroy the Batmobile. And then I'll play Water Control. Let's see, so I'm at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So yeah, I will be taking Winged Warrior and Brother Blood.
The brain. Each player flips their superhero face down until this villain is defeated.
That's annoying timing. All right.
I'm not winning this game anyway.
Sorry, I'm trying to shuffle as quick as I can so I can see if I'm defending. And yeah, I will defend.
Okay. Inertia, and I will discard a punch to draw a card. Then Jump City. See? Annoying timing.
Yeah, wow.
Then Avatar Rot gets me to 3 power.
Well, I screwed that up. Should have lost my
5
heroes.
7.
And defended against the Avatar.
All right, with 7. I think we're gonna go with the, given how there's only 2 villains left, and I can actually still use these. 2, 2, 2.
Seymour. Look at the top two cards in the main deck. Gain 1. Put it in your hand. And return the other.
Wow, it's like a ghetto Trigon. That's pretty cool.
You know what? I'm just, for no other reason than it's thematic, I'm going to play I-Beams. Choose a foe, play the top card of that foe's deck, and then return it. If that card has cost 0, draw a card. Choosing Richard.
Kick!
Okay.
The odds are pretty good of that.
Yeah, you're pretty kick heavy.
So that's 2 power, 3, 4, 5.
They only cost 8.
So I have 5. I'd love another Green Arrow's bow. Homicidal Maniac is the type of card I need, but how many times am I actually going to draw it and use it effectively?
Sure.
So I have 5. I'm going to go for VPs here. 3, 4. That's 2 VP.
Yep. All right, start of my tournament, Captain Boomerang a weakness into my hand, and I'm going to play Mongol. Drawing 2 cards, destroying a weakness. All right, then I will play Kick, triggering Power Girl ineffectually and triggering Tactile Telekinesis. I will not destroy that. So I'm at 4. I'm going to use the Atom to destroy the Batmobile and get Aquaman's Trident instead. So I'm at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That's favorably timed.
Last dude, Cobra. Each player reveals the top 5 cards of their deck and discards all cards with cost 1 or greater. Put the rest back in any order.
3, 4, 5.
4, 5.
Well, it's discard, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to defend with Water Control, putting Insanity and the Atom into my hand.
All right. So mine, I'll Flight Layering, drawing for the ring, drawing for Jump City. I will discard Weakness to draw a card for Inertia. I will hold on to that for a moment. Just that or that. So, makes that choice relatively easy. I will Bat Signal for John and play John. I'll destroy that one.
Tough call there.
I know, right? Unfortunately, I also have Dark Knight, so I'm going to gain all the equipment and line up twice. Well, not really, because I'll take the power and freeze. But, so I am at a whole 3 power right now. I've got just 1, 2 of that. That's annoying. Alright, so Flight Wings gets me to 5 power. Freeze gets me to 8. Ring, I'm going to copy Freeze's power, so that gets me to 11, 12, 13. So I will take the last villain.
That's a shame. I'd set up my next turn pretty well. All right.
Wait. 13, Beetle, 14. So I'll buy a kick as well.
Sure.
Not that the 1 power or VP is going to likely matter.
It probably
but we'll
will.
see. So I did get to trigger Beetle once.
Dramatic footage of people sorting cards.
All right, kids at home, count along with Jason all his weaknesses. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 weaknesses.
We only saw 1 power ring all game.
Yes. And you're wondering why I didn't buy it first turn.
Well, you didn't exactly know that was
I
going to happen.
didn't know that, no, but
With the way we typically set stuff up, it's pretty likely to see multiple rings.
Jason has the exact same number of weaknesses as I have non-kick 1 VP cards. All right, so I'm at 45.
That was canceled.
$23 after weaknesses.
So you're looking pretty respectable before the weaknesses. 34 would be pretty good.
$42.
Wow, you were closer than you thought, Doug.
I was closer than I thought.
All right. So thoughts on that game?
I couldn't destroy anything, and I had no defenses, and I just kept getting hammered by Scarecrow and Avatar of the Rot.
Yes, that is Jason's game in a nutshell. Because
And-
other than that, his game went pretty well. You got
Even
a couple of
so, I
supervillains.
didn't, despite all the weaknesses, I didn't really have that many turns that were like, ugh. And then Perdegaton saved me that one turn.
Yeah, your weaknesses stayed pretty spread out. It was just that one turn where you got 3 of them, but you had Perdegaton.
Yeah. I mean, there were a couple turns where, I had a weakness and 2 vulnerabilities, and I generated 3 or so power. But
yeah, between the Comedian and Vandal Savage, you were pretty well set to be able to buy something even on a lousy turn. As long as there was an attack villain, you could almost certainly buy it.
there were a couple times where Doug scooped up something I really wanted, but I don't think it was something that...
I certainly wasn't hate drafting you by any means.
That's the point I'm trying to make. I don't think you were hate drafting. It was just the way it went.
Happenstance.
Wow, for all that I was considering myself pretty kick heavy, you actually had more kicks in your deck than I did. Just by 1, but still.
Mm-hmm. Well, I picked him up. I was trying to pick him up early, and then it trailed off.
And I did get to buy 3 supervillains, so it's not like I was shut out.
Yeah.
For me, I think what hamstrung me early is I didn't get that Savage like I wanted.
Yeah.
And then there wasn't another... I don't think I had another opportunity at an ongoing card until...
Tactile telekinesis
Late.
went by you once, but you didn't have the power for it.
Yeah, okay. So there was that then. But,
Yeah.
because...
But tactile telekinesis is what won me the game. So
right.
there's a reason it didn't go back to you a second time.
Are you sure it didn't come up after me?
Oh, I know I passed on it once because I didn't
Okay.
have the power.
So that hamstrung me a little bit because there had to be more than a dozen turns where I was at 6 cards played, and it was just like,
Sure.
I didn't get enough draw cards early for the same
Yeah.
reasoning. So Beetle triggered once.
Well, that wasn't my fault, though. I didn't buy
No.
it. I only bought 1 draw card, and I never got to play it because Mr. Freeze made me put it in the lineup, and then you got it with Dark Knight.
Right, I don't think they were just coming up because the first
Yeah.
card I bought was Black Lantern and Aquaman.
Yeah.
It's just that's how I kept getting to 6, and between I either got that or I got a superpower off Alan Scott. I never got a draw card and Alan Scott to go off like I was hoping.
Sure.
For.
Yeah.
So that it was just unfortunate timing on that side. Skidder didn't work out. Skidder was just kind of a bonus.
Right.
Hopefully,
Skidder
pie in
was
the
just
sky
greedy
thing.
anyway. Even if you'd have
But-
triggered Skidder 1 time, you'd have considered that a victory.
Well, and once I got Jump City, that jumped the likelihood that I could trigger Skidder because you're already starting at 1 then that you control because
Yes,
Jump City's 3.
that's a big advantage. Yeah.
And then if you play a ring or you play Kid Flash or something, well, now you're drawing 2 cards and you're at 2, so that gets you...
yeah.
And that's 2 non-kick cards, and I'm probably drawing it, so that spikes the
Yeah.
likelihood a whole lot.
If you could have gotten that Jump City a lot sooner in the game, you'd have been in good shape. Although
Yeah,
a
I
lot
think
sooner
so.
in the game, it might not have gotten past me.
Maybe.
More than
Yep.
more than the one time it did.
I think another hindering factor is I was yet again playing someone behind my type.
Yes.
My primary type. It was kind of a secondary thing
It
for
really
you.
didn't affect the game because we didn't run out of kicks.
Right, but that's the first superpower. I had multiple turns with multiple kicks. It's just I don't get to keep triggering off.
But the thing was,
kicks.
even with me, I bought 2 in like the last 4 turns, and I ended up with like 4 different superpowers that weren't kicks. So there weren't a lot that came up. I think you had.
I don't know. You had tactile. You had
other than tactile telekinesis.
You got the insanity right before me when I wanted it.
Sure. And then I had water control, and then I got the other one late. The other.
But I mean, almost all of my non-kick superpowers came in the last 6 turns.
Yeah, I mean, I had water control, insanity, tactile telekinesis, and that was
it.
That was it for non-kick.
So we were kind of splitting them, but you had the first shot at them. So that
the only one that didn't go around the table, at least past you, was the insanity.
Mm-hmm. I think that another thing that really gave you a jump start was it was unfortunate to get that 2 that had nothing, but then Power Girl was out there on turn 2.
That was I wasn't complaining about that 2 that got me nothing when Power Girl was going to be there for me on my second turn. That wasn't a problem.
No, it's annoying when you get something where it's just a dud, but Power Girl is arguably one of the best 3 or the 5 drops.
Yeah, the only way it would have been even better is if like Brother Blood or
Brother Blood's 6, isn't he?
Right, but I got the extra card from Captain
Oh,
Boomerang,
right.
so I had 6 and I only had 5. Or Solomon Grundy, if one of those 2 would have been up there.
Yeah.
Because Solomon Grundy to get it for sure on my next turn, that would have been a big swing there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, that was pretty sweet the way it worked out.
Yeah, just with table placement, I think I'd have been better off with the a different set of heroes, Black Manta and Skitter, or Black Manta and Beetle or something.
Yeah.
I'd have been better off, I think. But
I think my game would have went way better if I was sitting where Doug is.
Yeah, I think I picked up a decent number of attacks just by happenstance.
And villains, too.
Yeah.
Avatar of the Rot wasn't really in my wheelhouse, but that's just so good. And I had 0 defenses all game, so I was just going to get hammered with weaknesses, kind of like Jason did. If I
had a turn where he was out there, but I couldn't generate enough power to buy him.
And Mystic Control kind of was both of our types. Black Lantern Aquaman would have been great for you initially.
I saw it. I'm like, I'm going to buy that. And then Doug did. I'm like, what?
That's because it was a
It
draw
made
card.
sense because as Blue Beetle, he needed the draw card.
I needed the draw card effect
Yeah.
to get up there. That's what I was shooting for. Mm-hmm. It was that or a kick, and the kicks were going to be there next time around. So that's why I kind of went with that round 1. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, it was obviously closer than I was thinking it was. But I'm going to credit that to Dark Knight. Because I had to get 5 EP off of Dark Knight sweeping things.
Yeah. And obviously what kind of paid off for me was as Captain Boomerang, once I got tactile telekinesis and I could destroy a starter basically every turn.
Yep.
I had 2 turns where I was able to get kicks with Captain Boomerang.
Yep.
And that's a huge swing.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And even then when I got a couple of weaknesses, that first turn I turned one into a punch, and then I maneuvered my discard pile so that if I'd have gotten another turn, I would have turned the other one into a punch too. Mm-hmm. So it didn't hurt me all that much to get those over the course of the game. So Captain Boomerang plus tactile telekinesis was really strong. Made a big difference. The reliably being able to get something to destroy, if it happens to be on the top of your deck every turn. Really did a lot. All right. Well, it's still pretty early. You guys want to try to get a second game in?
Yeah.
We can certainly try.
All right. Hold on, everybody. We're going to kind of put you on hold, as it were, and we'll be right back with our second game.